Now this is going to be a short video. I'm going to update you on what we've been doing recently, but I will admit it's been a lot of clearing up the mess left by Storm Goretti about a month ago. That means a lot of work outside, and as I've already covered a bit of that in the last video, I thought this pointless in going over it again. So basically we're just using every nice sunny day we have to do things outside, like starting to train the young horse to be ridden, which is not directly anything to do with the house, but it's just the life we have at the moment. We are also having a serious think about how to rearrange the house. There are still too many people living in the house for that number of rooms. There are only 4 functioning bedrooms and 3 of them are occupied full-time. The second floor is at present not really touched much. This is a project for the future, and I will keep you updated when we get started on it. I decided to focus my energy on the hall, because that's the first room you see when you enter the house, and as it occupies about 1/5 of the surface of the house, 1/5 of the volume, it has to look better than it does right now. The heat pump is striking. We have to get it fixed. But here's a little video about how that works. It's not a very complex system, but it's quite interesting. For those who are wondering how our parquet is managing with underfloor heating, very well actually.
So if anyone wondered how we heat this house, here is the easy answer. It's a heat pump. A relatively big one. What's the idea behind a heat pump? Well, it's quite simple actually. We have water through these 4 tubes, these 4 pipes. These 2 go outside the house, all the way outside, and they run 3 meters underground. These 2 go through all this circuit and then go through those pipes all the way up there. They go into the underfloor heating. So the idea is that the heat pump takes water from these pipes, takes water that has been warmed up by the ground outside, 3 meters deep. The ground is typically, I think, around 14 degrees or something. So the water going through there gets heated to 14. It goes into the pump at 14, and the heat pump transfers heat from that water into the water that's going through the house. It can move the heat from one to the other and heat that water up to 55, 60 degrees. That's the magic of a heat pump. The water it then sends water back to this pipe at 1, 2 degrees. I think it could send it back at negative temperatures. It's not pure water. So the water that's then sent back into this pipe goes in the other pipe. It's this one. Goes all the way around and gets fed into this column here. This column is where we mix. Hot water comes in here. Cold water gets sent back through here, and at the bottom of the column, water gets pulled back all the way back into the heat pump. So the hot water comes in here, and its first exit is into the underfloor heating. This is just a system. The heat pump doesn't know how to regulate its temperature at all. It just heats as much as it can. So this is a system that regulates how much water is coming, how much hot water is coming in, and how much cold water is getting mixed in, so that we can just inject the right temperature into the house. And that's basically it. We measure the temperature, well, that doesn't matter. And so far, we're having a fun winter because the heat pump doesn't function. And why is that? It's because this big blue cylinder is the compressor. So what the compressor does is that it takes, as I said, the hot water, warm water coming in from underground, and by decompressing it, it transfers the heat into the water inside the house. And the compressor's broken. Long story short. So there you are. That's the idea. And all that mess of pipes is to allow the system to work. All come to be installed in the cellar. And so this over here, cellar is very messy. We use it as a workshop. This pipe, these two huge columns, are where we have many pipes going, as I said, 3 meters underground to warm up all the water.
So this is the enormous branch that fell down during Storm Goretti a few weeks ago, and it's difficult to tell just from the photograph how enormous this branch was. I mean, it was a couple of meters round, and it has got to disappear, of course, because it's crashed into the centre, the corner post, which is holding up the electric fencing, so we can't put our animals in there once the grass starts to grow. We've planned. Well, this is a different view from the fallen branch. Quite a lot of it, as you can see. At least not all my bulbs have been squashed by falling branches, and even little crocuses are still trying to come up, which is nice. And there's one of the patches of the leucojum, which I absolutely love. It's so pretty.